Okay, the guy you see next to me is the most generous billionaire in the world, and I found him.
Hi, my name is Sam, and this is my story.
The crypto world has been in lots of hot water the past week, and things don't appear to be getting any better. The 15 largest cryptocurrencies in the world have collectively lost $152 billion over the course of just 72 hours. This is all due to the mistakes of FTX, one of the biggest cryptocurrency exchange companies in the world. Today we'll be looking into the company's background and finding out what it did to shake the world of cryptocurrency as we know it. Sam Bankman-Fried, also known as FBF Online, was the founder and CEO of FTX back in May of 2019. SBF was considered by many to be the White Knight or the JP Morgan of crypto after he spent $1 billion to help salvage cryptocurrency in August of 2022. It appeared to everyone that FTX was a symbol of the strength of cryptocurrency. FTX quickly became a household name to many as they grew bigger and eventually struck deals to have arenas named after them. Soon, major celebrities began doing commercials for FTX, and it looked like nothing would be able to stop FTX's growth.
Never wrong about this stuff. Never.
However, the first cracks in FTX's facade began showing in September of 2022, when Bloomberg reported the close relationship shared by FTX and Alameda Research, a crypto exchange firm that was founded by SBF as well. Bloomberg exposed that Alameda was the biggest known depositor of stable coins on FTX, which would normally be prohibited, since this means FTX can make money when others lose money through their exchange. Following this report, SBF came to Alameda's defense, stating that the relationship was fine since it created liquidity. Everything seemed to settle for FTX during the months, until another article was published, this time by CoinDesk, that scrutinized the relationship between FTX and Alameda even further. It also slammed SBF himself and stated that he was desperate to raise any money he could for FTX. This was the straw that broke the camel's back, and soon everything FTX stood for would crumble down around it. On November the 6th, just days after the publication of the CoinDesk article, Changpeng Zhao, the CEO of Binance, took to Twitter to announce that they'd be selling all of their FTX's tokens. Binance is the world's largest crypto exchange company, and they were one of FTX's biggest investors when it was first founded. This announcement came as a shock to the crypto community, and the worth of FTT began dropping. Many owners of FTT saw this tweet as a sign that things were about to go poorly for FTX, so people began selling all of their FTT, costing FTX an estimated $6 billion.
It's okay to do a deal that is moderately bad in bailing out a place. Like, the bar was not, this is a good return on investment. The bar is like, this is not that bad of a return on investment, or like, we are incinerating a relatively small-ish amount of money in doing this.
2 days later, it appeared that there might be a silver lining for FTX when Binance announced that they were planning on purchasing FTX and had entered into a non-binding agreement. Before fully committing to the purchase, Binance wanted to do its due diligence and make sure all of FTX's finances were squared away. The day after this potential buyout was announced, FTT dropped in value by a staggering 80%, all but killing the token. Any hopes that FTX could make a comeback through an agreement with Binance were completely shattered when it was announced by Bloomberg on November the 9th that Binance would be backing out of the agreement. According to a statement by Binance, while investigating FTX's bookkeeping, they discovered that FTX had been secretly using money from their customers' accounts in order to fund investments and bets being made by Alameda Research. This was the confirmation that everyone needed to prove that the relationship between FTX and Alameda Research was closer than it should have been. It was then announced that the Security and Exchange Commission and the Department of Justice were both investigating FTX in regard to mishandling customer funds and their connection to SBF's other enterprises. Things continued to get worse for FTX as the same day all of this was announced, the remaining holders of FTT tried to withdraw their money. FTX had to release a statement saying that they were no longer able to process withdrawals as they simply didn't have the money on hand. While they assured everyone that they had more assets than their clients' deposits, they just didn't have enough liquidity. As the days progressed, FTX tried to assure its few remaining customers that they had no reason to worry. But behind the scenes, things were looking grim. Huge amounts of FTX employees began quitting, making it even harder for the company to deal with the scandal. An anonymous source then began working with the Wall Street Journal and revealed that Alameda Research actually owed $10 billion to FTX. They also revealed that many of the higher-ups at FTX knew that $1 to $2 billion in client deposits were being given to Alameda, and that they had gone out of their way to do it in a secret way that would be hard to detect by any bookkeepers. By November the 11th, FTX, Alameda Research, and over 100 affiliated companies filed for bankruptcy, and it was announced that SBF had lost nearly all of his $16 billion fortune. To make matters worse, an unauthorized transaction of $473 million was stolen from the FTX by an ex-employee, although they were soon caught afterward. On November 17th, FTX brought in a liquidator to help them recoup money and pay back their customers, although it seems things might not be that easy. According to the liquidator, he's never seen such a complete failure before, and he says that fixing such an unprecedented problem will take lots of time. SBF has come out and stated how much he regrets the choices made at FTX, and it seems as though he's doing everything he can to make things right. Meanwhile, all of the bad publicity surrounding FTX had impacted the rest of the cryptocurrency, with even the most trustworthy coins losing billions and billions in value. Right now, it seems all that's left to do is watch how FTX's scandal unfolds and watch how the crypto community tries to bounce back from such a devastating loss.